sweethearts, and welcome back to my channel. And to this video, that's gonna be a bit of a tag. I love doing tags, and this tag is very much up my alley, and this tag is the low buy / no buy tag. Is it called no buy tag, or just like, yeah, low buy / no buy tag? And it is created by Anya. I have talked about Anya before here on my channel. She has a lovely channel and she is on a no buy right now. She's been on no buy for a really long time, and she has a lot of really good content, and like shop my stash and recreating new palettes with things I already own and stuff like that. And I think it's very refreshing within the YouTube community to have stuff like that as well. So do check her out and check out her video, which is the original tag video. I saw this, I want to say a week ago, and I was like, I pinned it. I have a playlist, a hidden playlist on my amongst my playlists that is called Future Ideas. So I pinned it in Future Ideas, and I was like, I'm gonna film this. And today I'm feeling very glamorous. I did film this look. It's already live on my channel, and I will leave a link to the tutorial down below in case you're interested in how I did this look and what I used. All the details are always like in the description box. If there's anything you're wondering about, it's in the description box, and details about like what I'm wearing on my face, it's in the tutorial, because I only have so many like symbols, that's how you would say in Sweden. Like, I can only use so many words in the description box, then it's full. So these are 8 questions, and it's all about having a low buy / no buy. I know a lot of people are doing this low buy no buy thing, and for different reasons, and I think that is good, because nobody is like, we're all different. We all have different things that drives us, different things that makes us happy. We all have different economic situations, and I think it's really important. Maybe I shouldn't be asking you questions, but I think it's important to make it personal. But I am on a low buy, so I wanted to do this tag, and I know there's a bunch of my friends that are also on low buy no buy, so I would love to see them do this as well. Or maybe if you're in the beauty budget, Hannah, maybe if you're on a beauty budget, you can also do this. I don't know, maybe. So 8 questions, and the first question is, how long have you been on your no buy / low buy? I'm just gonna say low buy from now on, because I'm not on no buy. I have been on this low buy for I started November 1st last year. So it's been November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, 10 months. I only have 2 months left, because I said that I was gonna do a year-long low buy, and I only have 2 months left, and I feel excited but still a bit frightened at the same time, because even though I know I'm not gonna fall back into the same patterns, I still kind of feel like, am I ready for this? But I have 2 more months to mature, so I've done it for 10 months. Done it for 10 months, I have 2 months left. What motivated you to do a low buy? For me, I was so overwhelmed with how many things I have. Too many things. It's like, you see, I'm still not, like, it's still not perfect. It's things everywhere. I need to do another declutter. I'm probably gonna do a declutter again at the end of the year, but I feel like I've been so much better at, like, I don't know, better at deciding. But for me, I wanted to declutter my life. And the low buy has also made me want to declutter other parts of my life as well. So the reason why I went to my low buy was not to save money, which I know is a reason for a lot of people to go on a no buy / low buy, is to save money. For me, that wasn't the reason. I wasn't spending more money than I had. I wasn't like buying outside of my means. That wasn't the issue for me. The issue was I was buying, like, I couldn't edit myself. I needed to edit myself. Like, you can't love everything. You can't buy everything. What do you really want? So I decided that my low buy was going to be about, I was only allowing myself to buy 3 things a month. And for some people, that is a lot, and I get that. But for me, some months I bought like 30 things a month. And for me, it's actually been really helpful to just decide 3 things. And I mean, I'm not going to keep that up once I quit my low buy, but I am definitely going to keep the mindset of being like, you can't buy everything. What do you really want? It's also helping me to not buy things on release, because I have to think things through. And I live in Sweden. I'm never going to be the first person to show anything of any kinds, at least not something that I'm buying. So it didn't really make sense for me to buy stuff like at release. So I think I've been a lot better with that. So for me, the low buy was about decluttering my life, and I still added a lot of things to my life, but I know in my heart that I added so much less than I would have hadn't I been on this low buy, because I was shopping a lot. All you need to do is go back to like my monthly hauls at the end of last summer, the beginning of autumn. I went bonkers. So I'm happy that I did it. It served its purpose, even though I know a lot of people think I still add too much, but I also get rid of a lot of stuff, like I give it away and so yeah. And I also have been saving money, even though it wasn't part of the plan. I have been saving money, which is a good thing. Are there any YouTubers who motivated / inspired you on your low buy journey? Yes, and I think everyone that does this is gonna answer Hannah Louise Poston. There's just something about the way she talks. She motivates you. I mean, I was shopping with Karen Harris, and she was like, all you say is fewer but nicer things, fewer but nicer things, and that has been like this. It's my motto now. I love it. It's how I want to live. It's how I want to live, and I don't think anyone's inspired my shopping habits as much as Hannah has. And even though none of the things she's really saying is like, it's not like new, it's not like I didn't know it, but someone else just putting it into words, it means something. And it also makes you go, ooh, yeah, she's right. Maybe that is an ideal. And it's always interesting to watch someone else's journey. I also know that LS, she went on a no-buy just like a month or so, or a couple of weeks before I went on my low buy, and that really pushed me over the edge, because she was like, I'm not gonna wait until the 1st of January, and that made me also be like, you know what? Why? I don't want to wait either. I just want to go. And I was already so ready. So LS has also been a huge inspiration in amongst a lot of things. Like, I love Elle's channel. I know she's been on a bit of a hiatus lately. I do hope she comes back, because we miss you so much, Elle. We miss you so much. And yeah, her and Hannah, their channels and their views on shopping all over, like, they really inspired me a lot. So yeah, I'm super excited to have both of those channels in my life, and I really hope that maybe my low buy journey has inspired a couple as well, even though maybe I've not been as rigid about my like spending habits as both Elle and Hannah, because I didn't set a money limit, for example, and I also didn't do a no buy, I did a low buy. But maybe also my journey can inspire others that, like me, didn't want to be so rigid, or didn't feel like they needed to be so rigid. So I feel like it's important that the YouTube community can show a bit of everything, that we're all not the same, and we all don't go on a low buy or a no buy for the same reasons, and we don't have the same rules. So I'm hoping that somehow I might have inspired some of you to at least think about your shopping habits, and just maybe like reel it in a bit and just think about things. And like I said, just because something exists and just because it's pretty doesn't mean you have to own it. You can like admire it from afar. Just, it has an existential value. Just being there, it's value enough for you. You don't have to own it, because sometimes things are pretty, but let's be honest, we already own them, so we don't need to buy dupes. Like, we're not trying to start a Sephora here, even though one might think so, looking at my collection sometimes. What is a positive aspect that you've experienced with your low buy, no buy? Well, obviously my shopping habits has totally changed. One of the biggest thing is that I can buy, like if I want something, I can go to a shop and I can buy just that thing. Before, I always added more things to my basket. How do I get to the free shipping line, which is always a bit higher when it's international? And I don't do that anymore. I'd rather pay for shipping than add even more, because what I want is less clutter. Then why would I want 10 things instead of the one thing I wanted? I've also been really good at what I said before, just admiring things from afar. Just them existing is sometimes enough. Like, I don't need to own it. Sometimes I can look at something and I can be like, oh, that is so pretty. I'm so happy that's being released. I'm gonna look at people doing looks with it. I'm gonna look at some swatches, but I'm not gonna buy it, and that's okay. I also feel like, and that is something like I did a no buy, I think I did a no buy. I think I did a no buy like 1.5 years ago, but just like 3 months. And I know that the thing that I learned then, and that is still very, very valid, is that I'm not going to be the first person with something. So it doesn't matter if I buy it straight on release. I can just chill a bit and see if I still want it. And I've done that with a couple of things like that I know of during my low buy now, like the Oceanic palette, for instance. And then I decided I didn't want to get it. And for other things, I've thought about it for a really long time, and I decided, you know what, I do want this. I do want this. Like this month, I'm filming this in August. I don't think it's going to be up in August, but I'm filming this in August. And in August, I bought 2 things that are not new releases, very old releases, but I've thought about them for so long and I still want them, so I bought them. Those are the best kind of purchases, the ones you wanted for a long time. Like, no more impulses. Maybe that's the thing. No more impulses. That's something I really... And of course, a positive aspect has been that I have been saving money, even though that wasn't really the point of it, but it has, like, it's been a positive effect of it that I didn't plan for, but still it's very welcome. I did think that the next question was very interesting, and I like that she included it, and that is, what is a negative aspect that you experienced in your low buy / no buy? And I feel, and this is what Anya said as well, that it is a bit sad sometimes when you want to make a video about a new release, when you are a YouTuber, and you can't because you didn't buy that thing. You decided to buy something else instead. But on the other hand, I have to think back on how overwhelmed I felt when I had like 7 new eyeshadow palettes that I wanted to make videos on, and I can only film on 1 to 2 a week. That was like, I can't get 7 palettes a month because I can only use maybe 4 a month. And next month I get 7 more. There's always a couple that never get used and never get videos, and that's just stupid. Like, why would I do that to myself? And that I honestly laid awake at night trying to get the planning in my head to just come together, like, when am I gonna film on that one so that I can use all the palettes that I have? And I was thinking and like, it was ruining my night's sleep trying to make this puzzle go together, how I was going to use all of the things that I bought, because I really wanted to show you, and I still want that. And every time I get that feeling like, oh, I wish I could make a video on this, oh, this would make such a good video, I try to think back on how I felt at the end of the summer last year and be like, it doesn't matter, you have enough. And the things that I have here, they can make good videos. And at the end of the day, being on a low buy, being on a no buy, that is not the best thing you can do for your channel. If you want to be like, if you want to be a review channel and you want to have a lot of views, it's not the best thing you can do for your channel. But it's okay, because I feel like I really learned something. And also, being able to only buy a couple of releases also made me realize what things people actually aren't interested in. Some things people aren't interested in, and I have realized that during my low buy year as well, that some things people just don't want to watch. And it doesn't matter how vocal 10 people are in the comments about how much they want to watch it, the rest of my viewers don't. And that is also something that I've learned with my low buy, now that I have to be a bit more creative with what kind of videos I do. And sometimes I feel like I fall back into the old pattern. I just do videos about new releases, and I don't want to be that person. I want to do videos that's more creative than that. But just like straight up tutorials, nobody watches that. Nobody watches that. And I know that I'm gonna get comments where people are like, oh yeah, I watched that. But the thing is that the people that are vocal on YouTube, they're not the majority of the viewers, because maybe you get 4,000 views and 80 comments, and that's 80 people saying they want it, and the other, they don't. So that's something that I've learned, and it's also something that I've tried to change my content a bit, and I feel like it's been good for me being a bit smarter with how I film. I feel like I'm less stressed. Maybe that's what I want to say. I'm less stressed. I film what I want to film, what I want to see, and what I think that other people want to see. And straight up tutorials, people don't really want to see that. They don't. Which is unless it's something that's absolutely fresh. You have something that's just been released that's really hyped. But I never have that. Like, I'm not on the PR list for any of the bigger brands. They don't send me things. So I never have that. And there are so many other videos that I'd rather film, that I think is so much fun to film. And I'm trying to get into that, but it's hard. It is hard. But I'm trying new things all the time, and I've started some overhead filming now, although the first result wasn't good with the other camera. I'm gonna try with this camera next time, but with another lens. But it's really nice to be experimenting a thing, and I think that's something I think Anya said that as well, that being a YouTuber and being on a low buy slash no buy, it forces you to be a bit more creative with your content. And I don't feel that I've used that to its full extent during this year. And I do hope that I will be better at that the next 2 months that's left. Okay, do you think a low buy no buy is beneficial for everyone? Why not? I don't think it's beneficial for you if you don't want it to be a part of like a lifestyle change. I see a lot of people going on a no buy low buy for a short amount of time, and they go on a low buy or no buy for like a month or two, and then they just shop double when they go out of your low buy no buy, and then there's just no point. Like no need to stress yourself over a short amount of time if it's not going to be a part of your new personality. I think you should only go, it's the same with like, weird parallels here, I know, cat hair. It's the same with like quitting smoking. If you don't really want to quit, it doesn't matter if you take a break for a month and start again. It doesn't matter if you don't really want to quit, you're not gonna quit. And it's the same with a low buy no buy. If you don't want to change your habits, there's no point in going on a low buy no buy, because you're not going to change your habits because you don't really want to. You have to want to change your habits. I think a low buy no buy is super beneficial if you feel like there is something that needs to be changed in my life, or I want to know, like, because you learn so much about yourself and your shopping habits when on a low buy no buy. Like, so many things about things that you do that you didn't even think about, thoughts that you had that you didn't even think about. And if you're not ready to face that, I don't think a low buy no buy is for you. You have to be like in it for the long run, because I don't think I did a no buy for 3 months, and that didn't 100% help me. I got some things out of it, but I didn't get the full gist out of it. And I do think that a full year, it's been good for me. It's been good for me, and I feel like if you just gasp just thinking about going on a no buy low buy for a year, then maybe it's not for you. But if you see it as a challenge and you want to learn more things about you, and you want to change your spending habits, and you want to change your shopping thoughts and habits, maybe it is for you. I'm happy I did it. I'm really happy I did it. What is some advice you have to people starting in the low buy no buy? Well, I said some of it. You have to really want to, and I don't think doing it for a short amount of time is really that beneficial unless you have like a short time goal you're doing. Like, I don't want to shop for a month because I'm going abroad in a month and I want to be shopping double then. It's not really a low buy, it's just a express save up period. But I think you really have to want to, and I also think like advice, you have to have rules. And it might seem so stupid in the beginning, but if you don't have rules, and if your rules aren't super rigid and strict, your mind is gonna find loopholes when it wants to. If you haven't specified every single category of shopping, like categories that you can be shopping from, if you haven't made specifications for all of those categories, your mind is gonna find loopholes. I didn't say anything about perfumes. Oh, I didn't say anything about concealers. Oh, I didn't say anything about day cream, so a tinted day cream. That won't like count to my low buy. You're gonna find loopholes unless you have set your rules in a way that you can't like find a loophole, and then you just have to follow them, and that's up to you. You just have to be like, no, I can't, and don't break your rules. That's it. That's it. And I know it sounds harsh, but if you think that you're not going to be able to do a low buy slash no buy without breaking your rules, like, I don't know what that says about, like, don't you think that you're stronger than that? I think you are. But maybe you're not ready for a year. Maybe half a year. You know what? I did learn a lot of things after 6 months. I did. So I think around 6 months, that's when things really start to like sink in. So I think 6 months, that's the limit to where you actually start changing your habits and actually start learning things about yourself that you maybe didn't want to know. And what have you learned from this experience? I've talked a lot about that already, but I've learned that even though I criticize a lot of makeup coming out, most of it I really like. And if I had the opportunity, I'll buy all of it. but I just don't need more things in my collection. And I also need to be, like, next time decluttering, I need to be honest with myself. Am I ever gonna use this again? Although there are some, like, I do like the whole collecting part, but I am gonna move in a year and I won't be able to bring this. And that is something that I have in the back of my head. Every time I add something to my collection, I'm like, why? You can't even bring all the things you have right now. So something I've learned is that I want less things all around, because I have extended my low buy to other things in my home as well. I've also started decluttering my kitchen now. It's been really nice, and altogether I just want less things. And I don't want to live a minimalistic life. I really don't. But Hannah Louise Poston's words, fewer but nicer things, it's my new life mantra. It's how I want to live. Fewer but nicer things. Like, there are only 7 days of the week. I don't need 740 outfits. I only have one face. I don't need, like, there's only 30 days in the month. I can't buy more makeup items than there are days in the month. I can't even try all of it. I don't want to have makeup in my collection that I haven't used. It's stupid. So yeah, I've just learned to be a bit moderate, which I think is a good thing. I think it's a good thing for sure. And that is everything for this tag. I would love to see you do it as well. If you do, please let me know. I was gonna say tweet me. Don't tweet. I'm the worst at Twitter. I'm trying. I'm really trying at Twitter. But yeah, Instagram story me maybe. Although I'm not that good at that either. You know what? I don't know. Smoke signal me. Maybe. But yeah, that was everything for this video. Don't forget to check out Anya, and if you have any answers yourself to these questions, do let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear about them. I do upload 5 videos a week, and I would love to see you in my next one, which is maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after tomorrow. That's how it is here. Bye!